The Edmund Pettus Bridge, Selma, Alabama. Here, on March 7, 1965, a civil rights march was met with a violent police response, and Selma became indelibly linked to history. For Bengals defensive end Michael Johnson, the bridge connects past and present. Let's talk about Selma. When did you first hear the story of what happened with this march?
I'm from here. My mom was a part of that movement. She was a little girl during that time. But she said they would come into the schools and say, hey, y'all, we marching. And the whole school would clear out.
When I walked, I knew it was significant, but at the same time, I was a kid. I was like 16, 17 years old, and I didn't really understand what it would mean down the road.
Right here on this bridge, there were protesters just marching, trying to get the right to vote. If you were black back then, you didn't have the right to vote. They were met with force just over on the other side of this bridge by state troopers. And they were beat with billy clubs, cattle prod, tear gas. But the good thing was, it was broadcast across the country, and people got to see the ugly truth.
All the world today knows that we are here and we are standing before the forces of power in the state of Alabama saying we ain't gonna let nobody turn us around.
The marchers' cries live on in the Voting Rights Act of 1965, which prohibits racial discrimination in voting, and in the voices of those who followed.
I always told him, don't ever feel inferior to anybody. Always just walk up to them and you look them straight in the eye, you shake them their hand and you say, hey, I'm Michael Johnson. And so they would know that you knew who you were and that nothing and nobody was gonna stop you.
So much of that march and that movement was about not just advancing rights for black people, but creating racial equality. In this town now, you live here, you come back here whenever you can. Where is it at as far as that part of the story?
With a small town, you can have people stuck in their ways, black and white. And I feel like I represent a new generation that's breaking that. You should want to slingshot people past you. Like, okay, I did this so that the people behind me can do more. Just like the people that came before us paved the way so that we could be here together, black, white, no matter where you come from.
On the 50th anniversary of Bloody Sunday, President Barack Obama paid tribute to the civil rights pioneers of Selma. Marching with him was Michael Johnson.
The first time we walked across the bridge, my mother couldn't even go and vote. And here, my son not only voted, but now he's walking behind the first black president of the United States. That's quite significant.
For Johnson, Selma bridges the divide between generations, between where we've been and where we hope to go.
I gotta pay it forward. We all do. It's a duty to go out and run and fly for those people that marched and walked.